There she is. Right. We are going to get down to some serious slash fun and creative thinking about 2026. Okay. So, Hansa, in the 3 months running up to Christmas, we always spend this time focusing in the shed on putting together some amazing ideas for the following year. And we do that over the sort of 3 months. So you're joining us at the first bit, which is the perfect time where we're going to do the biggest of thinking. I'm just trying to set the scene here, guys. Get your big thinking pants on. I mean, I'm always wearing mine, so that's weird. Right, moving on. So, we are going to look at the worksheet, Your Tomorrow Business, to start with. But before we go onto that sheet, have you got your little tin? Hansa, you won't have, but I'm going to describe what's in the tin. Has anyone already opened it? Yes, Joe's opened it. Right. So you
Oh,
can
it's
see what.
different.
Oh, yes. Okay. We'll have the ritual of opening the tin now.
I
Vic's giving
like.
us Vic's giving it a shake.
Oh,
I mean, obviously it's a duck on a string. I mean, why would you have anything else? So
happy friends now. I've got
think
original
about
duck. And mm,
I love it.
Sue's
I love it. Very happy with that.
jolly good. It's got the Sue seal of approval. Thank Christ for that. Right. Um, just think about a duck. Some of you will be able to see one right in front of your nose on a string. I want you to back of a worksheet, notepad, post-it note, whatever you want, A3, whiteboard, I don't care. I want you to just draw some semblance of a duck with a ridiculous accessory. Could be a hat. It could be just the face of a duck with a comedy moustache. It could be an accessory it's sitting on. Is it sitting on a candle? Is it sitting on a mountain? You could change its scale. Is it sitting on a borrower? I don't know. Artistic merit is optional. Enthusiasm is not. All right. You got 60 seconds. So you can't even think about how shit your duck looks. Just draw it. Give it a hat. Give it a walking stick. Give it punk hairdos. I don't know. Whatever you fancy. This is the only reason. Okay, let's get down to your tomorrow business. So, your business, I'm not going to read out the blurb in full, but the paragraph at the top, your business is closed, people. Every single one of them. Sorry about that. However, all is not lost. It was no fault of your own. Don't blame yourself. These things happen. Okay, you no longer have a business. But tomorrow, you're going to start a business. Oh, thanks, Alex. This is good. Oh my God, look at that. um, okay, so we're all now just looking at Alex's drawing skills, not thinking about our tomorrow business. Um, okay, so we're going to start our business from scratch tomorrow, which is brilliant because what it means is we can do it exactly how we want to do it with the knowledge and the experience that we bring from the business that's just closed. So I have some prompt questions on those sheets or the sheet if you have your pack, which I'm not going to say too much about, but you can answer them in any way you so wish. You can answer them in any order. You might feel that some of them are duplications of others, so you don't have to answer them all. Um, what will be different about your tomorrow business? You've got to jettison the thought of today's business out of your head. That doesn't exist. So what will be different? It could be something big, it could be a vibe that's different, it could be something very specific. And you could have a number of things you want to be different. So you might say, actually, I do not want to work with any clients in the X industry, which you may have lots of. Or actually, I don't want to run a team in my tomorrow business. Or I do want to run a team. I'm fed up of being on my own, whatever that is. Um, what would you leave behind, get rid of, or stop doing? Okay, that could be a long list, depending on where you are in your business. Good afternoon, Matt. We are just talking through your tomorrow business worksheet. You haven't really missed much apart from everyone's drawn a duck, which I know you'll be gutted to have missed. What aspect of your tomorrow business will make you jump out of bed with a whoop? And if you haven't got that feeling at the moment, what do you need to put that feeling back into your business? What's the first thing you would most like to offer to make the most impact with your clients? So what is the one thing you do that would make the most incredible difference to your tomorrow clients? Who will be your first client? take a pick could be yes, Vic. Did you have a question?
Only it's kind of overarching, and I want it
Yeah,
answered before I can start, which
yeah, of
is
course.
this tomorrow business. Is it just do I think that it's aligned with my current business at all, or is it just completely, I'm going to open a circus, or
Well,
is it,
if you,
what's the
yes. So in theory, it will take the element of your, kind of ninja skill now in what you do
Hmm.
and reshape a business, or it might be really small changes. You might have a almost perfect business, Vic, in which case it wouldn't be hugely different. There might be small things you want to chuck off or add on. But if you suddenly stare at that sheet and go, actually, I don't want to do what I'm doing, I do want to open a circus, let's think about it.
Okay, but just so whatever's exciting me and I
Yes.
can start now.
Yes.
Okay.
So you might do what you want to do, but like the peekaboo question, do you have any hidden talents or underused skills you want to use more in your tomorrow business? If you have been hiding your circus skills like under a bushel and you go, actually, I'd bloody love to do that, or something you do that isn't in your business that actually you think could become, I just would love to be able to use my blah blah, my French skills, my cooking skills, whatever that is. You don't know how that might work, but if you think that is something, put them in there, because I think that's where the creative exploration lies about building a business that excites you. Because I think, lots of us have had a hard year, some of us have had an okay year, some of us have had a great year. But we've got the chance now to redefine what we want out of our business next year, and we can't do that if we think we've got the same business again. Sometimes it's just useful to go, okay, it's been a hard slog this year, so I'm not carrying all that baggage over. Let me see what I can reshape. Yeah. And then the final question, how will you make sure your tomorrow business allows you to live the rest? I mean, I was obviously feeling a bit over dramatic. The rest of your life in the best way for you. So if you are going, I'm currently working 7 days a week, this is not the best life I want to live, then this is the time to, you won't resolve it on an A3 worksheet, even with colouring pens. But what you will do is plant the seed to take forward into the months coming up to go, well, if I do want a 5 day week or a 4 day week or a 3 day week, or if I want something that flexes more around my family, or if I want to take a 3 month sabbatical every year, or everything I say is basically time off. If I want more time off, but there's other things, whatever you want to create a balance, because our small businesses bleed 100% into our lives and vice versa. So we cannot just look at our business. We have to look at the whole picture, because if your life is broken and your business is going well, you're not going to be balanced and happy, and vice versa. Yeah. So let's look at that in the round and see what thoughts come up for you. So I'm going to let you crack on. I'm here if you're stuck, or if you've had a thought and you don't know what to do with it. Just let me know and we can talk through it. I'm going to try and give you sort of, whatever I give you is not enough time for this exercise, but it's enough time to get you started. Okay, let's go with 15 minutes. See how you get on. You don't. Okay, so that is about 15 minutes. I'm not expecting anyone to have finished the thinking, but I want to give you the two tools that start the thinking in this session, so that you can maybe do a bit of work between now and the next shed, consolidating those ideas. Any feedback, any thoughts, anything come up that was unexpected? Jen.
I didn't realize how many things I wanted to organize. Like I just started, like, this sounds crazy, but things I hadn't thought about, like, well, it started with, I would love to hire a project manager slash social media planner who would organize me. And then that led into like keeping clients in a more timely manner with a timeline for them. And then that led to keeping just because I got an email from a client, keeping organized lists of vendors. So like I often recommend like photographers and developers to clients. I don't have that list anywhere. It just like lives in my head.
Yeah,
And then
yeah,
that led
yeah,
into
yeah, yeah.
like having printers and anyhow, doing a lot of organized.
Yes, getting that sort of infrastructure bits
Yeah,
done. Yeah, nice. Yeah, I like it. I like it. And it's kind of most of it's extremely doable.
yeah,
It's
absolutely,
just getting
absolutely.
that brain space to think about how do I shape this? Where do I put it? What does that
Yeah.
look like? Yeah, amazing, amazing. Anyone else? Anyone decided to run away and join the circus? Oh, Vic, here she goes.
I've ordered the big top
Nice.
from Amazon. Jennifer just completely just made me realize I spent the entire time getting bogged down in the practicalities. I didn't give myself
Interesting.
permission.
Okay.
And I'm an improviser, that's exactly, I should be able to go to Mars, and get my
Yeah.
ducks on a different planet, etc. So that was really interesting. And so I wrote down things like, I want more money,
Yeah. Well, yeah.
and to stop effing about. But I
Yeah.
think that what was interesting actually was that I feel like I'm in really good shape. It's been a really difficult couple of years, but now I kind of feel like, yeah, I'm edging towards stuff that I really want to do. So not too much has to change, which is really nice.
Nice. Yeah. And maybe, your kind of theme of the year, in those terrible, what's your word of the year? Stop fucking about. That's it. Get it on a t-shirt, Vic, and crack on. And I think you've been building to this place now where you have been in the shaping sort of phase. And actually this exercise is great because it's just the final finessing maybe. And that note to self, just crack on with it now. There's no excuses. That's all I'm saying. Right. Anyone? Yes, Jill.
It was funny because both the people who've spoken already, then, because I didn't put down anything about organization, I was like, oh God, I do want to be more, and I want like a CRM, and I want to track things better. So I added that after Jen spoke. And then the first thing I wrote down, exactly like Vic, was profitable, like properly so. I need to, because that is my biggest failing, is I love
Yeah.
everything else about what I do. I just don't make enough money. But
Yeah.
so really weirdly, I started off down the middle. I didn't answer any of the 8 questions. And I wrote saving the planet, sustainability, kindness, people, planet, purpose, change the world, social impact. And I was like, those are the things that I care about. So how
Yes.
can I do think the fabric of society is kind of falling apart a bit at the minute. And it was like, what can I do as a copywriter, as a content creator to really lean into those things that I'm passionate about? And then that brought me to the tomorrow business at the bottom, was if I can make better profit, then I can actually look into property investment to become a social landlord, to work with social housing and not a money grubbing landlord like
Yeah, totally.
and it was like, so it was also, but the one I really struggled with and the one that's still blank is, what's the first thing you would most like to offer? I was like, I don't know, but my clients, I want Greenpeace, David Attenborough, and policymakers. I was like, oh, could I write some really good speeches or something like that? So I haven't written speeches yet, but it was like, the people who can shape things and make things different, how can I do something with them?
Go and talk to Zach Polanski. He's riding the tip of the frothy wave at the moment.
Zach
and he's
Polanski.
kind of pretty aligned with the things you're saying.
Okay,
And he
I'm gonna
makes
check him out.
slightly emotionally overwrought videos,
Ooh.
which I'm kind of into.
Okay.
But yeah. Yes, perfect. So I think now, this is exactly the time and the place to have those thoughts, Jill. And, it doesn't matter that you've not answered the questions, or, you might just spend that thing the rest of the session, because I'm going to go through the other worksheet right now, but you can stay on this worksheet, or you can turn it over and just go, right, go further into the future. This isn't 2026. This is like, I don't know, 2029, 2030, where you've got, a phalanx. What's a collective noun for houses? A road of houses.
I like phalanx as a classics teacher. Phalanx is lovely. Thank you.
There you go. Yeah. What does that look like? And then, maybe what you need to be profitable is proper motivation to get profitable, rather than just going, I need to be profitable. It's really boring because there's no it's just a means to an end. Make that a Technicolor vision and work back. And maybe that's just what you need for the coming 12 months.
Make what the Technicolor vision?
Sorry,
Vic?
Make what the Technicolor vision?
her social housing sort of vision of wanting to be a social housing landlord, and how making that amazing profit is going to be put to use. And that, I think, is a motivator for Jill, not making profit.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay, so let me run through the other worksheet with you guys. But if you want to stick on that worksheet, if you're finding that a rich vein of thinking big, or if, you kind of go, okay, I probably need another pass where I'm thinking bigger, do it again. Doesn't matter. Or, lay post-it notes on top, go bigger, go bolder. If you're looking at what you've written and go, yeah, but it doesn't excite you, do it again. Yeah. So we're going to have a look at foundation thinking, which has got the genie clouds in the top corner. Yeah. You'll recognize a version. The Tomorrow Business is a new tool for this year. But the foundation thinking is a version of what you did last year when we were doing this. Has everyone got that in front of them?
I've got
Great
my
stuff.
my 2025 one on my wall above my
There
head.
you go. There you go.
It's been
Right.
a whole year.
It's only got 3 more months to live before it goes into the ceremonial strategic burning, and then we move into the next 12 months. So I'm going to go through this as quickly as I can. 3 big wishes. You've got a business genie. You rub the lamp. They pop out. You've got 3 wishes. What do you want? That's it. Now, it might be feeding from what you thought about on the previous sheet. So we're thinking 2026, okay? But if you want to go broad, if you want to go 5 years, this is absolutely fine. Make this tool work for your brain, all right? If you are a little bit more kind of organized and want a bit of structure, the 3 clouds could be a 3-month wish, a 6-month wish, a 12-month wish, okay? You could do that how you wish. And I am not going to say the word wish any longer because it's lost all meaning already. Okay, 3 boxes by the side. And again, if this doesn't resonate, any of these questions, don't answer it. All right? Don't worry about it. This is just a number of ways to get you thinking about, what do I want my business to be, look like, feel, and do for me next year? So, what is my relentless area of focus this year that will help me build the business I really want? Vic, you're obviously going to write down, stop fucking around. All right? That might be your relentless area of focus. It could be a particular service that you want to sell that is only just kind of getting traction. So Matt, you might go, actually my relentless area is content powered this service, or the testimonial service, or the content video, whatever your package is. That is the thing. I want that to be my relentless area of focus. Or it could be a particular target audience. Alex, we've talked in the past about, right, brands with premises, relentless focus, say no to everything else, providing you can pay the bills. That might be the thing you want to focus on. Or it could be 4-day week, or not working in the evenings. Whatever is going on for you, what do you need to keep reminding of? Because when you stick this up above, you can check in with that. What's your golden nugget, or nuggets if we're lucky, of skill, talent, or expertise that will be most used to me and my clients? I ask this question because sometimes we get bogged down in the weeds of doing lots of things for our clients that aren't really what brings us the joy or is in our true area of expertise. Joe, I know you've gone through this thinking about, you write, you have this tremendous skill, you could do everything in that arena, but you're starting to understand, actually this is where my heart lies, and this is where I bring the most value. This is my absolute peak of expertise in this particular area of magazines. So what is that? Because we've all got a big smorgasbord of skills and talent to deploy. What do you want to be the nugget that gets utilized the most? In 2026, my business will be noticed. It will stand out to the audience I want and will be remembered because, what do you want that to be? You kind of, big or small, you're going to get a reputation, you're going to get a bit of fame. Why? What's the thing there? We have a doodle cloud, so you can take a little doodle pit stop if your brain starts to hurt. Underneath, we've got the belief and the promise signposts, the placards. What's the one belief about what you do to serve your business well in 2026? Alex, you could have a belief around, the branded environment and what that outcome is for your potential clients. Sue, you've got a whole, charities, they're sport for choice with beliefs. The whole thing is built on that. What's the one thing that going to bang the drum about, you know, maybe your belief in the transformative power of the art that you enable people to do. And what's the promise that you will make to your clients to set the right expectations for 2026? Do you have a promise, something you consistently deliver? That could be anything, but it should be the thing that they get from you, on a consistent level. The grid at the bottom, one positive change or step forward for each of the key business areas that does have a relation, members, to our strategy circle. Just one aim, one bold, daring thing you want to change or start doing or step forward in finance, clients, service products, etc., etc. So it might be sales and marketing. I mean, let's roll out the old chestnut. 2026 is the year I get consistent on LinkedIn, for example. Yeah. It could be skills people team. 2026 is the year I'm going to do a course in blah, or get my next level of this. It could be, will be the year I take on a VA or expand my team, in that area. Anything online or comms. I want to start selling shit through my website. Structure and systems. Jen, you've already talked about it. Sort out Dubsado/CRM, get everything in your head in a system, because that will work. That will probably be the biggest favor you can do for yourself as a business owner and your business. Empty your head of the stuff you're carrying around. Any collabs or third parties you want to explore in the coming year, put that down. Just one thing. Be bold. Doesn't have to, you don't have to share it. It can be anything. And then the brand experience beverage, I would probably tackle last, because this is sort of the next level of thinking about how you want the experience of dealing with you as a business to be. So it's a set of prompt questions to help you build a consistent flavor of brand, so that every time people come and do something with you or go onto the website, they're getting a sip from that drink that is made up of all those things of how you want them to feel, what will they love about you. And it could be quite broad things, and it could be something emotional. It doesn't have to be tangible. What will feel distinct and different, think about you versus your competitors. Again, that might be something you want to leave for another day, but I think it is an important element to consider. Okay, again, tackle this in any order. Please use some color, because this is forming your strategy now, and nobody wants a monochrome strategy. Doodle round the boxes, color in, color out, draw stupid emojis. I really don't care. Just try and get some doodling or something different, or bubble letters, or just play around with it. Have a bit of fun while you're thinking. It really encourage some creative thoughts. And again, I will give you probably about 15 minutes to make a start. I'm not anticipating you will finish the sheet. If you wish, you can stay on the first sheet and come back to this outside the shed. The choice is yours. This session is about big thinking, letting yourself kind of reel out your ideas as far as they will go, to get yourself some nice chunky thinking, to hopefully try and make you a little bit excited about next year. Oh, if I could do that, that would be amazing. Yeah. So that's the kind of territory we want to be in terms of our minds. But if you are stuck, if you're not quite sure, give us a shout and I'll give you a hand. All right. Right. So we're done. I think we are done. Please make time to finish your thinking. All right. This is, we might need to do this kind of big thinking once a year. So if you feel like you need to go back and work a little bit more, please make some time before the next shed. The Dig Deeper session, hope to see you there, members, because that's part of your planning. That's 29th of October at noon for an hour. Bring your pack. We work on the big sheet with stickers. And then I'll see you in the shed next month. Right, people, have a good month. I'm here if you need me. Yeah, have a good one.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you,
you.
Jodie.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everybody.